This is just a quick video on how to do an oil change on a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4.7 HO. It will pretty much apply the same thing to the 4.0. So you need 6 quarts of oil, gonna need a funnel and an oil filter. Definitely gonna need a tarp just so you don't get a huge mess. Have a towel laying around. You need a 13mm socket and something to catch the oil. Crawler is optional. So you're gonna want to get right under here, and then you have your oil pan right here. So drain plug is right here. I'll show you guys a better view. That is gonna be right here, this bolt. So you're gonna want to undo that. It's gonna all go in the pan. You ready? You just keep screwing it until it starts coming out. There you go. Oil's coming out. Shake that oil off the drain plug. Put on your towel. Wipe your hand off. Wipe that drain plug off. Let that oil come out. And right now, after you clean your hand off, you can go right here and open up your engine oil. Let me just wipe my hand off a little bit more. There we go. Open up our engine oil just so it can breathe, and that lets out more oil faster. So that's what we want. So we're going to open that up, and we can just set that like right here. So oil will be coming out. It's already almost done, so it's great. But you're going to want to let that drip until it's pretty much completely done dripping. You're going to want to get all that old oil out. It takes about a minute. Next step is going to be the oil filter right here. This one even has a date on it because it was done in the winter. I didn't even want to do it in the winter because New England sucks, so just brought it to freaking Jiffy Lube. Probably shouldn't have done that, but this is what we're going to be putting on for an oil filter. Wanted to get a Mopar one. They did not have any Mopar in stock, so this is the best next best thing. So this is just about done draining. We're gonna want to make sure this is all good. Make sure there's no like metal shavings and just dirt and crap in here, because that won't be good for the long term. This is looking great. And that oil is just about done coming out. Alright, so that is perfect. Look at that. Clean off a little bit more. There we go. This oil is just about done. It's just dripping a teeny bit. So any second, that's just going to be barely even dripping. So, and I'm recording this in just like real time, just so you guys can see how quick this can pretty much be done. And the best thing about having a Jeep Grand Cherokee, especially mine, it's lifted enough. I mean, I can get under here no problem at all. I don't hurt my back, I don't hurt my arms, I don't hurt anything. This thing is the best to do oil changes on. If you ask me, I'll probably never buy a freaking low car again unless it's a Dodge or something. But seriously, man, this is the best. So we're already 5 minutes in. We got the oil out. All I gotta do is take this oil out, put a new filter on, Put this bad boy back up. So at the moment, this is just dripping, teeny drips. So you are all good to put this back in. And we're gonna wanna screw that in. Until it's pretty tight. There we go. You can wipe your hand off. Now we're gonna switch this around. Go right up here. And we're gonna tighten it. You're gonna wanna make sure it's tight enough that pretty much no oil will come out. This thing that won't move while you're driving, and you just wanna make sure that it's not too tight so the next time you do an oil change, it won't be a pain in the ass getting this thing undone, because that is not fun. So that is snug on there. Let me try just unscrewing it with my hand. That baby's not coming off. So we are all good, guys. Yep, 100% all good. So that old oil is right there. Put our wrench right there. We can move our towel. And we're gonna move our oil over to the oil filter. Be careful, just drag it very slowly so it don't make a huge mess. So that is right under our oil filter. And now we just want to unscrew that. Made a little bit of a mess. This is why we have a tarp. And you are going to want to hold your oil filter pretty much like that. Let it drain out. There's going to be a lot of oil in there, so what you're going to want to do is put it upside down. Leave it like that, because later on you can take a screwdriver and stab it in the top and all the oil will come out, so you make sure you get all that used oil. Make sure my hand is all clean. So here is our new oil filter. First thing you're going to want to do, get your little bottle, open that bad boy up. Alright. You're just going to want to open that up real quick. And then you're going to want to get a little bit of oil on your finger to put on this oil filter. Just like that, especially on this gasket right here. This is what you want to get the oil on. And I've also heard it's not a bad idea if you put a little bit of oil inside the filter before you put it up, just a teeny bit. Just like that. You're gonna want to cap that off, make sure you don't spill it. Awesome. Dry your hand off so it's not all slippery, putting this back on. All you want to do is just reinstall this. Right up there. Kind of dark. There we go. Awesome. We can reinstall that right up there. Got it a little slippery, but it's all good. I'll just wipe my hand off. Just wipe my hand off. Move that over. And just slide that back just so I have some more room. At the moment, you can throw your used filter right side up in here. There we go. Whip our hand off. And I'm gonna go up here just to wipe the oil filter off, just because it's really, really freaking slippery. You want to make sure that that's really tight on there. Not really tight, like I said. You want to make sure it'll come off the next time you do an oil change, but that is why we put oil on the gasket of the oil filter. Awesome. So we're all good on that. We have our new oil filter in, drain plugs back in, nice and tight in there, not too tight. Now we have that used oil filter. We're going to be putting this used oil into our new oil bottle because we're putting the new oil in right now. So you can take your funnel. On these Jeeps, it basically has this right here. You're gonna want to take this out too, so you can just take that and just lay it right there. It'll be fine. Take that funnel, put that right in there. We can start pouring our oil in. Yeah, I'm sweating wicked bad. It's freaking almost 90 degrees out. It's not even 10 o'clock. Huge heat wave, wicked bad humidity. Hold the oil sideways so it goes in slower. But what's it called? You don't want it won't spill as much either. It's already one. Just let that drip in there. Make sure you get all your money's worth into that Jeep, because it's going to be burning oil. There we go, there's one. And then this is the 5-quart bottle right here. Now right now you're going to want to check for any leaks. So you're going to want to look down here and see if anything is leaking. So at the moment, nothing is leaking. So we successfully made sure everything, the oil drain plug is tight and all secure, and the new oil filter is tight and secure. So we can continue to put the rest of this 5-quart bottle in. I'm using 10W30. I live in New England. Definitely perfect for a 4.7 HO. If you live in a colder climate like Minnesota, you're going to want to use 5W30 for extreme temperatures. So we're going to let that drip, make sure all that oil gets in there, get all of our money's worth in there. Alright, there we go. Now you can take this right here. After we shake that off, take this right here, goes like that. Pop this bad boy back on. There we go. Awesome. All done with this. Well, not yet. We gotta take this. Make sure that's nice and snug on there. We're gonna put our oil filter in this right next to it to hold it. We don't want that shit to spill. And all you have to do now is take that used oil, dump it in the bottle that you just dumped the new oil in. You can seal it up with the cap, and then you can bring this oil filter and the used oil back to wherever you bought your oil at, as long as you kept their receipt, and they will recycle this used oil for you. So all you have to do with the Jeep now, we have our drain plug tightened up, new oil filter. We got all the new oil in. All you gotta do is fire this up for a minute, turn it back off. I'd fire it up and just drive it around for like 20 minutes and then you're all good, seriously. Just let that new oil circulate and you'll be all good, seriously. And that is how to do an oil change on a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4.7 HO.